Air India 173 Heavy, cross runway 07. Crossing runway 07, Air India 173 Heavy. Sydney Kingsford Ground, Speedbird 12, ready to taxi to runway 07. Sydney Kingsford Ground, United 364 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 34 left. United 364 Heavy, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready. Sydney Kingsford Ground, Cathay 709 Heavy, ready for pushback. Speedbird 12, taxi to runway 07, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 34 left, United 364 Heavy. Taxiing to runway 07, Speedbird 12. Zulu 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 85, request permission to cross runway 07. Pushback approved, Cathay 709 Heavy. Zulu 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 85, cross runway 07. Velocity 2019, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Crossing runway 07, Zulu 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 85. Contacting Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5, velocity 2019. India Foxtrot Foxtrot Tango Hotel Alpha India, cross runway 25. November 11 Mike Uniform, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 34 left, November 11 Mike Uniform. United 364 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 07. Boeing 7773, request permission to cross runway 07. Boeing 7773, cross runway 07. Crossing runway 07, Boeing 7773. United 364 Heavy, cross runway 07. Crossing runway 07, United 364 Heavy. November 8 3 X-ray Whiskey, hold position. Holding position, November 8 3 X-ray Whiskey. November 8 3 X-ray Whiskey, continue taxi. November 8 3 X-ray Whiskey, cross runway 07. Continue taxi, November 8 3 X-ray Whiskey. Crossing runway 07, November 8 3 X-ray Whiskey. Zulu 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 85, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Contacting Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5, Zulu 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 85. Sydney Kingsford Ground, Cathay 709 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 34 left. Cathay 709 Heavy, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 34 left, Cathay 709 Heavy. Stand by, Boeing 7773. Thank you, Boeing 7773. Speedbird 12, request permission to cross runway 34 left. Speedbird 12, cross runway 34 left. Crossing runway 34 left, Speedbird 12. Boeing 7773, request permission to cross runway 34 left. Sydney Kingsford Ground, Cargo King 15 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Cargo King 15 Heavy, taxi to parking. Taxi into parking, Cargo King 15 Heavy. Boeing 7773, hold short of runway 34 left. Cargo King 15 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 07. Hold short of runway 34 left. Boeing 7773. Cargo King 15 Heavy, cross runway 07. Crossing runway 07, Cargo King 15 Heavy. Boeing 7773, cross runway 34 left. Crossing runway 34 left. Boeing 7773. Cathay 709 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 25. Cathay 709 Heavy, cross runway 25. Crossing runway 25, Cathay 709 Heavy. November 11 Mike Uniform, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Sydney Kingsford Ground, Philippines 7777, ready for pushback. Philippines 7777, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. Pushback approved. Philippines 7777, Sydney Kingsford Ground, November 151 India Delta, ready to taxi. November 151 India Delta, taxi to runway 07, contact tower when ready. Sydney Kingsford Ground, November 38 Quebec Papa, request taxi to parking. Taxiing to runway 07, November 151 India Delta. Cathay 709 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 34 left. November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Sydney Kingsford Ground, November 151 India Delta, ready for pushback. November 151 India Delta, pushback approved. Expect runway 07. Crossing runway 34 left, Cathay 709 Heavy. Sydney Kingsford Ground, Finnair 1123, ready for pushback. Pushback approved. November 151 India Delta, Finnair 1123, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. Boeing 7773, thank you. Contacting Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5, November 11 Mike Uniform. Thank you, good day, Boeing 7773. Sydney Kingsford Ground, Qantas 1123, ready for pushback. Qantas 1123, taxi to runway 34 left, contact tower when ready. Qantas 1123, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. Philippines 7777, you're on an active airport. Please contact Sydney Kingsford Ground on 121.7. Pushback approved. Qantas 1123. November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Cathay 709 Heavy, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Contacting Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. November 83 X-Ray Whiskey. Contacting Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5, Cathay 709 Heavy. Philippines 7777, disregard last message. Speedbird 12, thank you. Speedbird 12, runway 07, cleared for immediate takeoff, make right traffic. United 364 Heavy, contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Contacting Sydney approach on 124.4, United 364 Heavy. Sydney Kingsford Tower, Cathay 709 Heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 34 left, remaining in the pattern. Cathay 709 Heavy, hold short of runway 34 left. Holding short runway 34 left, Cathay 709 Heavy. Sydney Kingsford Tower, November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, ready for takeoff at runway 34 left, departing north. November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 34 left, November 83 X-Ray Whiskey. November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, thank you, good day. Sydney Kingsford Tower, November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, ready for takeoff at runway 34 left, departing north. November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 34 left, November 83 X-Ray Whiskey. Sydney Kingsford Tower, November 151 India Delta, ready for takeoff at runway 07, remaining in the pattern. Cathay 709 Heavy, line up and wait runway 34 left. Line up and wait runway 34 left, Cathay 709 Heavy. November 151 India Delta, line up and wait runway 07. November 83 X-Ray Whiskey, contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Line up and wait runway 07, November 151 India Delta. Contacting Sydney approach on 124.4, November 83 X-Ray Whiskey. Stand by, November 151 India Delta. November 151 India Delta, stand by. Sydney Kingsford Tower, November 151 India Delta, ready for takeoff at runway 07, remaining in the pattern. Sydney Kingsford Tower, November 716 November Quebec is 7 nautical miles to the southeast at 2,500 feet, inbound for landing. November 151 India Delta, line up and wait runway 07. November 716 November Quebec, number 1, runway 34 right, clear to land. Number 1, clear to land, runway 34 right, November 716 November Quebec. Sydney Kingsford Tower, Cathay 709 Heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 34 left, departing south. Cathay 709 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff, make left traffic. Cleared for takeoff, runway 34 left, Cathay 709 Heavy. Sydney Kingsford Tower, Jetstar 762 is 1 nautical miles to the north at 900 feet, inbound for touch and go. Jetstar 762, number 2, runway 34 right, cleared for the option. Number 2, cleared for the option, runway 34 right, Jetstar 762. Cathay 709 Heavy, thank you, good day. Thank you, Jetstar 762. Thank you, good day, Cathay 709 Heavy. November 151 India Delta, runway 07, cleared for immediate takeoff, make right traffic. Cleared for takeoff, runway 07, November 151 India Delta. November 151 India Delta, thank you, good day. Sydney Kingsford Tower, Qantas 1123, ready for takeoff at runway 34 left, remaining in the pattern. Qantas 1123, line up and wait runway 34 left. Line up and wait runway 34 left, Qantas 1123. November 151 India Delta, request frequency change. Sydney Kingsford Tower, Alpha November 473 Heavy, inbound on the ILS, runway 34 right. Alpha November 473 Heavy, number 2, runway 34 right, clear to land. Number 2, clear to land, runway 34 right, Alpha November 473 Heavy. November 716 November Quebec, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, November 716 November Quebec. November 716 November Quebec, contact Sydney Kingsford ground on 121.7. Thank you, good day, Cathay 709 Heavy. Cathay 709 Heavy, request frequency change. Contacting Sydney Kingsford ground on 121.7, November 716 November Quebec. Qantas 1123, hold position. Holding position, Qantas 1123. Cathay 709 Heavy, contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Contacting Sydney approach on 124.4, Cathay 709 Heavy. Alpha November 473 Heavy, turn left heading 340, descend and maintain 2500, maintain 2500 until established on the localizer, cleared aisles runway 34 left approach. Alpha November 473 Heavy, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Cathay 709 Heavy is 6 nautical miles northeast of Bankstown at 8,400 feet, requesting flight following to Canberra. Cathay 709 Heavy, proceed on course to Canberra. Proceed on course, Cathay 709 Heavy. Cathay 709 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 210. Climb and maintain flight level 210. Cathay 709 Heavy. Jet Airways 1987 Super, descend and maintain 5000. Jet Airways 1987 Super, you're in an active airspace, please contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Jet Airways 1987 Super, you're in an active airspace, please contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Jet Airways 1987 Super, you're in an active airspace, please contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Sierra Quebec 0007, requesting descent to 4000. Sydney approach, Sierra Quebec 0007, with you. Sierra Quebec 0007, requesting descent to 4000. Sierra Quebec 0007, requesting descent to 4000. Sierra Quebec 0007, reduce speed to 180 knots. Reduce speed to 180 knots, Sierra Quebec 0007. Sierra Quebec 0007, maintain 4000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 07 approach. Maintain current altitude until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 07, Sierra Quebec 0007. Sydney approach, Sierra Romeo Delta 6688, with you. Sierra Romeo Delta 6688, roger. Sierra Romeo Delta 6688 is 11 nautical miles northeast of Wollongong at 18,000 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 34 left at Sydney Kingsford. Sierra Romeo Delta 6688, descend and maintain 4,500. Alpha Foxtrot 326 is 4 nautical miles north of Sydney Kingsford at 4,200 feet, flying VFR. Descend and maintain 4,500, Sierra Romeo Delta 6688. Alpha Foxtrot 326, roger, proceed on course. Proceed on course, Alpha Foxtrot 326. Sierra Quebec 0007, descend and maintain 3,500, maintain 3,500 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 07 approach. Descend and maintain 3,500, maintain 3,500 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 07, Sierra Quebec 0007. Indonesia 1 Heavy is 4 nautical miles north of Sydney Kingsford at 800 feet, requesting ILS approach runway 07 at Sydney Kingsford. Indonesia 1 Heavy, contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Qantas 1479, you're in an active airspace, please contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Lion 7444, you're in an active airspace, please contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Contacting Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5, Indonesia 1 Heavy. Sydney approach, Qantas 1479, with you. Stand by, Qantas 1479. Qantas 1479 is 4 nautical miles northeast of Cloonty, PVT, at 24,900 feet. Requesting flight following to Sydney Kingsford. Lion 7444 is 5 nautical miles north of Cloonty, PVT, at 20,500 feet. Requesting radar vectors to Sydney Kingsford. Sierra Quebec 0007, request frequency change. Sierra Romeo Delta 6688, maintain 4,500 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 34 left approach. Maintain current altitude until established on the localizer. Cleared aisles runway 34 left. Sierra Romeo Delta 6688. Sierra Quebec 0007. Contact Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Contacting Sydney Kingsford Tower on 120.5. Sierra Quebec 0007. Lion 7444. Expect vectors to Sydney Kingsford. Roger. Lion 7444. Sydney approach. FedEx 226. With you. FedEx 226 is 2 nautical miles northeast of Sydney Kingsford at 1,700 feet. Requesting flight following to Canberra. Lion 7444. Turn right heading 090. Descend and maintain 6,000. Turn right heading 090. Descend and maintain 6,000. Lion 7444. Qantas 001 Super is 3 nautical miles north of Sydney Kingsford at 2,100 feet. Requesting aisles approach runway 34 left at Sydney Kingsford. Sydney approach, Air France 1938, with you. Qantas 1479, proceed on course to Sydney Kingsford. Cathay 709 Heavy, request frequency change. Air France 1938 is 8 nautical miles southeast of Cloonty, PVT, at 10,000 feet, requesting flight following to Sydney Kingsford. Proceed on course, Qantas 1479. Tango Mike Oscar 2 My 2 is 10 nautical miles south of Sydney Kingsford at 15,300 feet, requesting aisles approach runway 35 at Canberra. Sierra Romeo Delta 6688, request frequency change. Air France 1938. Reduce speed to 250 knots. Reduce speed to 250 knots. Air France 1938. Canberra Tower, Cathay 709 Heavy is 25 nautical miles to the northeast at 22,000 feet. Inbound for landing. Requesting runway 17. Air India 173 Heavy is on final runway 17. Cathay 709 Heavy, number 3, runway 17, clear to land. Air India 173 Heavy, roger. Number 3, clear to land, runway 17, Cathay 709 Heavy. Speedbird 52, when able turn right and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Speedbird 52, contact Canberra ground on 121.7. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, maintain best forward speed. November 950 Delta Victor, maintain slowest practical speed. Maintain best forward speed, Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001. Maintain slowest practical speed, November 950 Delta Victor. Cathay 709 Heavy, maintain slowest practical speed. Cathay 709 Heavy, descend your pattern altitude. Descending to pattern altitude, Cathay 709 Heavy. November 950 Delta Victor, speed at your discretion. Roger, November 950 Delta Victor. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, is on final runway 17, full stop. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, roger. Speedbird 52, contact Canberra ground on 121.7. Contacting Canberra ground on 121.7, Speedbird 52. Cathay 709 Heavy, say intentions. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, contact Canberra ground on 121.7. Contacting Canberra ground on 121.7, Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001. Cathay 709 Heavy, number 2, runway 12, clear to land. Number 2, clear to land, runway 12, Cathay 709 Heavy. Executing missed approach, Cathay 709 Heavy. Canberra Tower, Cathay 709 Heavy is 6 nautical miles to the northwest at 14,900 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 17. Cathay 709 Heavy, go around, make right traffic runway 17. Going around, Cathay 709 Heavy. November 950 Delta Victor, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite. November 950 Delta Victor, request frequency change. November 950 Delta Victor, contact Canberra ground on 121.7. Thank you, Qantas 747 Heavy. Canberra Tower, Qantas 747 Heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 12, remaining in the pattern. Executing missed approach, November 950 Delta Victor. Qantas 747 Heavy, line up and wait runway 12. Line up and wait runway 12, Qantas 747 Heavy. November 950 Delta Victor, enter right downwind runway 17. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, request frequency change. Enter right downwind runway 17, November 950 Delta Victor. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, please follow instructions. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, please follow instructions. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, please follow instructions. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, contact Canberra ground on 121.7. Alpha Bravo Romeo Bravo 001, please follow instructions. Qantas 747 Heavy, runway 12, cleared for takeoff, unable pattern work. Cleared for takeoff, runway 12, Qantas 747 Heavy. Tango Charlie 534, runway 17, cleared for takeoff. Cathay 709 Heavy, turn base. Thank you, good day, Qantas 747 Heavy. Turning base, Cathay 709 Heavy. Qantas 747 Heavy, thank you. Cleared for takeoff, runway 17, Tango Charlie 534. Cathay 709 Heavy, number 1, runway 17, clear to land. Number 1, clear to land, runway 17, Cathay 709 Heavy. November 950 Delta Victor, number 1, runway 12, clear to land. Number 1, clear to land, runway 12, November 950 Delta Victor.
One thousand. 1,000. 1,000.
Tango Charlie 534, is on left downwind runway 17, touch and go. Tango Charlie 534, roger. Tango Charlie 534, number 2, runway 17, clear to land. Canberra Tower, Delta 007 Super is 26 nautical miles to the northeast at 7,000 feet. Inbound for landing, requesting runway 17. Number 2, clear to land, runway 17, Tango Charlie 534. Tango Charlie 534, number 2, runway 17, cleared for the option. After the option, make left traffic. Number 2, cleared for the option, runway 17, Tango Charlie 534. Delta 007 Super, continue inbound. Continuing inbound, Delta 007 Super. Cathay 709 Heavy, is on final runway 17, full stop. Cathay 709 Heavy, roger. Canberra Tower, Papa Romeo 122, ready for takeoff at runway 12, departing north. Papa Romeo 122, hold short of runway 12. Holding short runway 12, Papa Romeo 122. Cathay 709 Heavy, request frequency change. Cathay 709 Heavy, contact Canberra ground on 121.7. Contacting Canberra ground on 121.7, Cathay 709 Heavy. Crossing runway 17, Emirates 38. Echo Victor Alpha 6071, cross runway 12. Canberra ground, Cathay 709 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Crossing runway 12, Echo Victor Alpha 6071. Cathay 709 Heavy, taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking, Cathay 709 Heavy. Canberra ground, Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike Super, ready for pushback. Echo Victor Alpha 6071, request permission to cross runway 17. Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike Super, pushback approved. Expect runway 17. Pushback approved. Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike Super. Echo Victor Alpha 6071, cross runway 17. Crossing runway 17, Echo Victor Alpha 6071. Thank you. Good day, Cathay 709 Heavy.